Welcome to Cape Town News. Today is Sunday, the 9th of November, 2025, and in case you missed it, here's a recap of the top stories that made headlines in the Western Cape this past week. The Western Cape has stepped into the international spotlight as Premier Winde welcomes global delegations to the 12th Regional Leaders Summit at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. The summit, themed Growth Through Economic Resilience, runs until the 5th of November, bringing together subnational governments from Bavaria in Germany, Georgia in the USA, Quebec in Canada, São Paulo in Brazil, Shandong in China, and Upper Austria, collectively representing nearly 187 million people and 4% of global output. Premier Winde said the gathering highlights the Western Cape's commitment to infrastructure renewal, energy security and job creation through good governance and partnerships. Collaboration between regions and the private sector is vital, he said. When we share solutions on trade, technology and safety, we build economic resilience that reaches every citizen. The summit will focus on 6 key themes: investment cooperation, trade collaboration, infrastructure development, technology and innovation, economic opportunity and workforce development, and cultural capital with sporting excellence. Delegates will tour renewable energy projects in Atlantis and agro-processing hubs in Ceres, before a closing forum at the University of Stellenbosch. Officials expect memoranda of understanding worth hundreds of millions of rand to be signed, covering green tech and youth skills exchanges. The Regional Leaders Summit began in 2002 and is held biennially. Its previous meeting in Quebec paved the way for joint innovation labs and student mobility programs that now include the Western Cape. Winde added that hosting the event in Cape Town is both a symbol of confidence and a reminder of the province's ability to act globally while delivering locally. He said, "If we stand together with our partners, we can tackle issues from unemployment to climate risk and emerge stronger as one community of regions." The city of Cape Town has drawn criticism for claims that its law enforcement capacity now surpasses that of the South African Police Service. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis said the city has added 1,263 officers since 2021, while SAPS lost around 1,300, a comparison that activists called political point scoring. Fight against crime. SA accused the city of using SAPS shortages as ammunition rather than building partnerships. Painting SAPS as broken is reckless and demoralizing to those who still serve under extreme pressure, said spokesperson Thandi Nell. Brett Heron of Unite for Change and the Western Cape Provincial Parliament added that law enforcement officers lack the investigative powers defined in the Police Act, making the city's statistics misleading. The city's Metro Police are trained for traffic and bylaw offences, not complex murder or gang cases, he said. Uniform numbers don't equal justice. Amid the back and forth, Action Society highlighted the collapse of the state-run forensic system. Spokesperson Juanita Dupreez confirmed over 41,000 ballistic cases await testing, calling it a national emergency. She argued for licensed private labs to assist under strict oversight. Each case represents a family living without closure, she said. Experts warn that blame trading hurts frontline officers and undermines trust between national and municipal forces. Security analyst Morne Visser said the province's fragmented approach risks duplicating budgets without cutting crime. He suggested a joint operations centre linking city cameras, Metro Police and SAPS for real-time intel sharing. For now, Cape Townians remain caught between 2 uniforms, vying for credit while gun violence continues to claim lives. The Western Cape government has wrapped up Mobility Month with a strong call for collective action to combat congestion and create a more efficient transport future. The closing dialogue, held at the V&A waterfront, brought together business leaders, academics and transport officials to explore long-term mobility solutions for the province. Dr. Obiora Nanene from the University of Cape Town emphasized the importance of behavioral research in developing practical congestion strategies. Understanding how and why people travel is crucial to changing patterns that lead to traffic gridlock, he said. Neil Slingers, Director of Transport Planning at the City of Cape Town, said government alone cannot solve congestion. We can't build our way out of it. We must make smarter use of existing infrastructure and embrace flexible work arrangements. Private sector leaders such as Vaughan Piers from Pick and Pay agreed that employers play a key role. Simple shifts like staggered start times or public transport incentives can make a measurable difference, he said. Mobility Minister Isaac Sileku said congestion remains one of the most visible barriers to productivity and quality of life. He confirmed that the province is developing a live congestion data portal to identify hotspots in real time, while expanding the job seeker travel voucher program to rural towns. He also noted progress in pilot projects aimed at cycling and pedestrian access, including the non-motorized transport demonstration town in Hermanus. Officials say these partnerships are producing measurable results, with improved commuter safety, shorter travel times, and reduced vehicle emissions in test corridors. Mobility Month proved that solutions start with shared accountability, Sileku said. When business, government, and citizens move together, we all move forward. The City of Cape Town has won a landmark legal case against the National Energy Regulator of South Africa, setting new national deadlines for electricity tariff decisions. The court ruled that NERSA's public participation process for the 2025-26 financial year was invalid under Section 172(1)(a) of the Constitution, a ruling expected to reshape how tariffs are managed across all municipalities. From now on, NERSA must notify cities of Eskom's increases by 31st January, publish cost of supply studies before consultations, and finalize all tariff rulings by 5th May. The order aims to eliminate years of costly uncertainty caused by late approvals that left municipalities unable to plan budgets accurately. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis hailed the ruling as a victory for fairness, saying it halts NERSA's chaotic and delinquent handling of applications. He said the city had repeatedly warned that delayed tariff approvals were undermining financial sustainability and harming service delivery. The case, initiated by AfriForum and later joined by the city, represents a major shift in accountability for the national regulator. Energy analysts believe the ruling could pave the way for more predictable electricity pricing and improved public transparency. Hill-Lewis added that Cape Town is one of the few metros that submits a detailed cost of supply study each year. Our data-driven approach ensures tariffs are sustainable and fair to Cape Townians, he said. This ruling means that from now on, every municipality will operate under the same transparent framework. Experts say the judgment will also help small businesses and households better forecast energy costs. NERSA has until the 18th of November to show cause why the order should not be made final. A dual-path fibre break on the CTICC backbone throttled connectivity on Tuesday, knocking local routing and slowing access to global platforms from mid-morning. The outage began shortly after 10:09 with a second failure logged around 10:22, impacting a terrestrial segment and the West Coast route. Engineers diverted traffic to spare capacity, while field teams isolated damage near key corridors between Rondebosch and Brackenfell. Congestion persisted until stabilization, with many Cape Townians reporting issues on payments, streaming, and cloud sign-ins. By 1600, most services recovered, with CTICC monitoring routes, while upstream providers verified path health. The incident exposed how a few damaged strands can ripple through call centers, e-commerce fulfillment, and creative businesses that rely on real-time tools. Network specialists say resilience rests on diverse physical paths, realistic failover capacity, and faster fault localization, not branding claims alone. Provincial ICT stakeholders want a standing backbone resilience roundtable, bringing together carriers, data center operators, major ISPs, and the City of Cape Town to map shared risks and speed restoration when multiple paths fail. In a statement, the Western Cape Department of Economic Development and Tourism said it plans to engage CTICC, OpenServe, and Liquid Intelligent Technologies on a coordinated disaster recovery framework. Officials say the goal is to ensure that the province's digital infrastructure can support its growing remote work and tech export sectors, which depend on continuous, high-speed connectivity. Industry observers note that as Cape Town emerges as Africa's tech capital, reliable internet is now as critical as water and electricity and demands the same level of redundancy planning. The court found the city met the tests of a clear right, a reasonable apprehension of invasion, and no alternative remedy with the same preventive effect. Crucially, the judgment distinguishes interdiction from eviction under the PIE Act. The order blocks new occupation but does not authorize demolitions or removals of already occupied structures. To protect due process, the court directed the city to display the order on affected properties in English and Afrikaans and to use it narrowly to prevent imminent occupation. Officials say the ruling safeguards land reserved for housing and services, while constitutional avenues for redress remain open to applicants. Legal observers note the outcome clarifies municipalities' powers to act early, after an earlier judgment had cast doubt on preemptive interdicts. Metro law enforcement and Metro Police will continue monitoring hotspots, with the city emphasizing that lawful development timelines depend on keeping earmarked land free from fresh occupation. City officials say more than 6,000 hectares of municipal land are currently under housing and infrastructure planning, including portions of Mitchell's Plain, earmarked for mixed-use development and social facilities. The city's Human Settlements Directorate said unregulated land grabs disrupt community layouts, bulk services delivery, and long-term integrated development frameworks. Civil rights experts added that the judgment may serve as a national benchmark, clarifying how metros can balance constitutional land rights with the urgent need to house registered beneficiaries waiting for formal projects. Incoming New York City Mayor Zoran Kwame Mamdani has credited his Cape Town childhood for shaping the social awareness that fuels his political career. Mamdani, born in Kampala, Uganda, on the 18th of October 1991, spent several formative years in South Africa after his father, Professor Mahmoud Mamdani, accepted a position at the University of Cape Town. The family settled in the southern suburbs, where his father held the A.C. Jordan Chair in African Studies and directed the Center for African Studies. During the mid-1990s, Zoran attended St. George's Grammar School in Mowbray, an environment that exposed him to South Africa's diverse cultural and political landscape. It was a defining period when the nation was still finding its democratic voice. When you're the child of two parents involved in activism, a lot of what you remember as playdates are actually rallies, Mamdani said in a recent interview. He told Time magazine earlier this year that his Cape Town years taught me what inequality looks like up close. It taught me that justice has to be more than an idea. It has to be material. Those experiences, he explained, built the foundation for his advocacy around housing, workers' rights, and social equity. Now 34, Mamdani has made history as the first Muslim elected mayor of New York. His election follows years of work in community politics, but it has not been without criticism, including attacks from US President Donald Trump and South African-born billionaire Elon Musk, who dismissed him on a podcast as a charismatic swindler. Despite detractors, Mamdani's success has resonated strongly in the Western Cape, where many recall his father's academic legacy and his family's engagement in the local community. For Cape Townians, his rise underscores how this city's classrooms and social consciousness continue to influence world leadership far beyond South Africa's borders. Chaos erupted across several Cape Town neighborhoods on Wednesday as Guy Fawkes celebrations turned violent. Law enforcement officers responded to multiple incidents in Lavender Hill, Eerstu River, Elsie's River, and Parkwood, where groups of children threw paint, fireworks, and even stones at bystanders. City law enforcement spokesperson Wayne Dyerson confirmed that officers were dispatched throughout the day to contain widespread disorder. Groups of predominantly young children are attacking each other and innocent bystanders with paints and other substances, he said. Erica Jacobs, chairperson of the Steenberg Community Policing Forum, said many pupils skipped school to take part. Children were seen throwing paint and setting off fireworks while schools recorded very low attendance, she noted. Officials urged parents to monitor their children's movements and warned that those involved in vandalism or assault could face prosecution. Parents must take responsibility for their children's conduct, Dyson said. The city has since increased patrols in known hotspots and plans to review safety strategies before next year's festivities. What was once a colourful tradition marking Guy Fawkes Day has increasingly become a public safety challenge. Authorities now aim to reclaim the occasion as a family-friendly celebration rather than a day of chaos. Premier Alan Winde opened the inaugural Western Cape Investment Summit with a bold message to investors: where investment flows, growth follows. He outlined the province's long-term growth for jobs plan to build a R1 trillion economy by 2035, tripling exports to R450 billion and raising private sector investment to 20% of GDP. Winde said the Western Cape's strength lies in good governance and reliable infrastructure, with 3 ports, 30,000 kilometers of roads, and Africa's top-rated airport. Over the last decade, the province outperformed other regions, creating 360,000 of the country's 400,000 new jobs. He highlighted 8 growth sectors driving this trajectory: renewable energy, advanced manufacturing, agribusiness, tourism, property, creative industries, technology, and logistics. The R47 billion Saldanha Green Hydrogen Project, the Cape Winelands Airport, and the expansion at Atlantis and Freeport Saldanha were cited as examples of investment already translating into jobs. The Premier noted that 70% of South Africa's renewable manufacturing happens here, with photovoltaic exports to Africa surging 5-fold since 2022. In closing, Winde said the province's competitive edge lies not just in policy, but in partnership. We have built a culture of collaboration between government, business, and labor, he said. That's what attracts investors who want stability, delivery, and results. He called the summit a new chapter in our shared story of resilience, innovation, and growth. Cape Town conservationists have been left shocked after the brutal slaughter of 19 ungulate tortoises at the Table Bay Nature Reserve. The remains of the animals were discovered along a footpath near the Environmental Education Centre on Saturday, with only empty shells left behind. Officials from the city of Cape Town believe the tortoises were shucked and harvested for their meat or for traditional purposes. Police are searching for 2 men who entered the reserve earlier that day under the guise of fishing. Deputy Mayor Eddie Andrews described the attack as a serious case of animal cruelty and a violation of environmental protection laws. He said these beautiful creatures were brutally killed, their shells broken open and discarded. Photographs and video footage of the suspect's vehicle have been handed to police, Cape Nature, and the SPCA for investigation. Wildlife experts say this is not an isolated incident and warn that tortoises are increasingly targeted as part of South Africa's illegal reptile trade, which supplies both local and international buyers. According to Cape Nature spokesperson Luke Folb, tortoises are sought after for the pet trade, traditional medicine, and even bushmeat, a worrying new trend in the Western Cape. The SPCA confirmed it is assisting with the investigation and has offered a R5,000 reward for information leading to a conviction. SPCA spokesperson Belinda Abraham said this case reflects a wider issue of cruelty and exploitation of wildlife in the Western Cape. Many of these crimes go unreported because they happen in remote areas with few witnesses. Despite Cape Town's world-class conservation record, city reserves face rising threats from illegal harvesting, pollution, and unauthorized access. Conservation bodies are now urging authorities to deploy smart surveillance systems and strengthen enforcement partnerships to protect biodiversity across the metro's protected zones. The City of Cape Town's celebration of a legal victory against the National Energy Regulator of South Africa, or NERSA, has drawn sharp criticism from civic organisation Stop City of Cape Town, which says the city is beating its own chest while still facing unresolved legal battles of its own. The North Gauteng High Court this week ruled that NERSA's public participation process for municipal tariff applications was invalid and ordered it to adopt strict new timelines. The court instructed NERSA to notify municipalities of Eskom's bulk tariff increases by the end of January each year, publish cost of supply studies for public comment, and finalize tariff decisions by early May. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis welcomed the decision, saying it will benefit residents across South Africa by improving transparency in the way electricity tariffs are set. This ruling halts NERSA's chaotic and delinquent handling of tariff applications, said Hill-Lewis, adding that Cape Town has always submitted its detailed cost of supply studies on time. However, Stop City of Cape Town founder Sandra Dixon says the city's celebration is premature. She argues that Cape Town is still locked in its own case with NERSA over allegations it charged higher electricity tariffs than those approved for 2023 and 2024. Dixon said, "It's ironic that the city celebrates transparency while it's still accused of overcharging residents. True accountability means adhering to the same principles you demand from others." NERSA confirmed it is reviewing the court's ruling and assessing its operational impact, noting that previous approvals remain valid. Stop City of Cape Town maintains that while this judgment is an important step toward fairness, the group says it will continue monitoring both NERSA's adherence to new deadlines and the city's conduct in its pending High Court case. The South African Weather Service has issued a high heat alert for Cape Town and its surrounding areas, warning that temperatures could soar well above 35 degrees Celsius this weekend. Disaster Risk Management spokesperson Sonica Latigan urged residents to take extra precautions as the extreme heat poses serious health risks. Understanding how heat impacts you and your family is key to building resilience during extreme heat events, said Latigan. Authorities have reminded residents to stay indoors during peak hours, wear light clothing, use sunscreen, and remain hydrated. The city also advised checking on children, the elderly, and pets, as these groups are most vulnerable to heat-related illnesses. Officials warned that increased heat raises the risk of veld fires, urging vigilance around open flames and to immediately report fires to the city's emergency line. According to the World Health Organization, extreme heat is considered a silent emergency due to its widespread impact on health and infrastructure. The city's Heatwave Action Plan, introduced last year, focuses on public awareness, health readiness, and research into long-term climate adaptation. Amy Davison, the city's head of climate change, said the plan ensures Cape Town is prepared for the increasing frequency of extreme heat days linked to global warming. The South African Weather Service defines a heatwave as 3 or more consecutive days where the maximum temperature is at least 5 degrees above the average for that month. In Cape Town, this threshold begins at 32 degrees. Residents are encouraged to follow South African Weather Service's social media for regular updates and heat advisories. As temperatures rise this weekend, officials say, stay cool, stay hydrated, and check in on neighbors and loved ones. Monday brings fine and sunny skies over Cape Town, Paarl, and Stellenbosch. Temperatures will begin mild at around 15 degrees in the morning, rising to 30 degrees in Cape Town, 33 in Paarl, and 32 in Stellenbosch by the afternoon. Winds will blow fresh from the southeast at 20 to 25 kilometers per hour, easing slightly toward the evening. Along the Atlantic, a gentle southwest swell of around 1.8 meters will roll in with a 10-second period, keeping seas moderate to smooth. High tide will be at 9 o'clock in the morning and again at 9:30 in the evening, while low tides fall near 3 o'clock in the afternoon and just before dawn. Sunrise is at 5:39 and sunset at 19:19. It's shaping up to be another hot golden day across the Cape, perfect for early beachgoers, but be sure to stay hydrated and protected from the sun. With that, we wrap up this week's recap, and now you know what's happening in the mother city. Thank you for watching Cape Town News. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. We appreciate your support. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, the next bulletin drops tomorrow at 12 noon on YouTube. Meanwhile, stay safe, informed, and connected.